Let these wounds forever mark your cowardice.
What's up, guys? Back on the CD collection. I've heard you, well, I guess I've read your comments bullying me to get back on this, and actually I really needed to, so quit my job today. So I got a little bit extra time on my hands to knock some of these out before I start my new gig. So let's just get right to this. We're still in the M's. I think this is like video 106. If I remember correctly. It's been a minute since I recorded one. We're still in the M's. We left off at MO, and we're going to be through MO all this video in its entirety. So without further ado, let's just get into it. First CD I'm going to show. This is an album that I got in Metalhead Box. I probably got it a few years ago, through Metalhead Box. This is an Argentinian, I believe, symphonic black metal project. This is I'm going to butcher a lot of band names in this video, so get ready, and the teeth aren't helping. Mortuorial Eclipse with Urshadar. This is their sophomore release. Pretty stellar symphonic black metal release. I enjoyed this quite a bit. This was released through Black Market Metal. The majority, almost all, I would say, of the Black Market Metal releases in my collection I received through Metalhead Box, and I'm not complaining at all, because this label has put out some killer releases, and this fits the bill for that. I need to pull that one, keep it pulled off the shelf and revisit it. It's been a little while since I listened to it, but I remember enjoying that quite a bit. Next up is some sulfuric, suffocating death metal out of California. This is an almost perfect album. If you don't own this in your collection, stop the video right now, pick it up. I promise you, you will thank me later. This is Mortuous with their debut full length entitled Through Wilderness. This was, I guess, a joint release through Tank Crimes and Carbonized Records. Absolutely flawless release. I love this one. I love it so much. I really enjoy this band, period. But this album in particular, it is just a crushing death metal release. And as I was saying, it's almost what I would call almost a perfect album. Next up, I have a compilation of EP material from Mortuous. This was a joint release through Triumvirate of Evil and Carbonized Records. I'm sure it's kind of a reissue, because these are the two old EPs. I believe one came out around 2010 and one around 2012. You have Among the Lost. I believe that was the 2012 EP, and then Moore's Immortalis. That was the 2009-2010 EP demo stuff. But more just that dark. This is a little bit more raw, I guess, in the production value on these EPs, but it fits with this style of death metal. Just some killer stuff. I really enjoy this band, so if you haven't picked that up already. And then I have their newest full length. This was, I think, 2022. Upon Desolation is when this came out, released through Carbonized Records. That cover art just fits the sound of this band perfectly. Another strong release, just kind of that suffocating style of just oppressive death metal. Absolutely love this. They put out an EP, I think last year, maybe. I don't know if that was released on a physical format or not. I need to go revisit. If it is, maybe pick myself up a copy of that as well. Next up, we have some black metal out of Greece. I picked this up from Hell's Headbangers. I think I got it for like $1. I'm wanting to say I got this from Hell's Headbangers. It looks like one of the releases you get when they have those like blowout sales for the CDs, where they mark them down super low. I'm wanting to say I got this in one of like the Black Friday deals or something for next to nothing. And it's a pretty strong black metal release, very raw sounding black metal. This is Mortis Calum with an album name that I am not even going to try to yeah, you can fight that glare and read that. Maybe you can tell me what that says. I'm not going to try to pronounce that. This was released in 2006 through blackmetal.com. Blackmetal.com, what can I say about those? Some of those black metal releases on blackmetal.com are rough. It's a hard listen. I actually enjoyed this one. This one has discernible riffs despite the kind of raw production sound, and it's pretty decent stuff. I did enjoy this quite a bit. I actually enjoyed this enough to pick up a split with Mortis Calum and Winds of Malice, I believe. Yes, Winds of Malice is an Atlanta, Georgia black metal act, but you got Mortis Calum. I'll take that out of the case because otherwise you will not be able to make out that cover art at all. You have the two bands there. Not much going on that, but I like the simplistic nature of that cover art, and then you have the two bands side by side, both kind of raw sounding black metal, just nasty stuff. This was released through December's Ghost, label that I'm not familiar with. There you go. There's the inside of the case and the back. You get about 5 tracks, 5 tracks from Mortis Calum and 4 tracks from Winds of Malice, but pretty decent black metal split there if you're into black metal and looking for something like that. Next up, we have a very fun speed metal release. I like this one quite a bit as well. This is a band out of Peru called Morvidhen, and this is their self-titled full-length. Came out, I want to say, around 2021. I believe I got this from Life After Death, so I'm pretty positive it had to come out around that 2021 time frame when Life After Death was steadily stocking that distro and pretty active. Good stuff here. I enjoy it quite a bit. It's just fun. It's speed metal. It's kind of like drunken speed metal is the best way I know to describe that. Next up, we have I guess a pretentious atmospheric black metal release out of Italy. This is just that style of music that Nottermock Productions is able to hunt down, find, release, and they're so good at finding these bands. This is the second album from Morgue, entitled Wastelands. You see that cover art on that and you know exactly what you're in for. I mean, that just screams atmospheric black metal. The art included on this is absolutely beautiful. The music is beautiful as well. You do have those kind of raw spots, and I mean, the black metal is definitely present, don't get me wrong, but it's just, I don't know any other way to describe it than just saying that pretentious style of atmospheric black metal. Either you like it or you hate it, and this is a very solid release in that particular genre of music. Let me take a swig, and we will keep marching on. Next up, I've had this one in the collection for quite some time. This is a sludge project out of the UK entitled Moss, and this is an EP entitled Tombs of the Blind Drugged. Every now and then I'll get the kind of feeling to pull this off the shelf, and I still listen to it. I've had this for quite a while. Got this. It was released in 2009. Pretty sure I got this in that big Metal Blade Records CD lot. I did a video very early on this channel. I don't know if it's still on my uploads. I took some of that stuff off, but I've had this in the collection for quite a bit, and I still pull this one off the shelf. And it's solid. If you're into sludge and stuff, check out Moss. It's kind of that dark, murky, almost occult style of sludge. Next up is a couple of hardcore releases that I picked up at Hastings when they were shutting down. This one still has the Hastings sticker on it. It says $3.99, but I think I got it for like 75 cents when they were closing their doors. This is Most Precious Blood with Nothing in Vain. I don't really remember a whole lot about this. I could just tell you that it's hardcore. That's about it. Released through Trustkill Records. If you're into hardcore and stuff like that, then you kind of know what you're in for with releases off of Trustkill Records. Not exactly something that I'm going to reach for all the time, obviously, because I don't remember much about it. Also have another release of theirs entitled Our Lady of Annihilation. This is also Most Precious Blood. I think from memory, admittedly, it's been years since I've listened to either of these, but from from what I'm remembering, I think I enjoyed this release a bit more than the Nothing in Vain release. But that just could be. I mean, I don't know. My brain is scrambled eggs half the time, so who knows. Next up, we have a release off of Black Lion Records. This is some melodic death metal. This is Mother of All with their Age of the Solipsist full length. I believe this is their debut full length. They have one that came out not too long after this. This one was released in 2021, but I do think they have a follow up to this out that I do not own. I'll have to look into that because I do remember enjoying this full length quite a bit. I haven't listened to it in a while, but it may have even ended on my end of the year list in 2021. But good stuff there from Black Lion Records. Next up, we have some melodic death doom out of Indianapolis. Shout out to Metal Viking 82. This is Mother of Graves with their first EP entitled In Somber Dreams, released through Wise Blood Records. And that is a very dark album cover, so you're going to just have to fight that glare the best you can do. I can take it out of the case for you guys if you really want to see that album cover. Absolutely love this EP. Very strong release from Mother of Graves. That's a good way to kind of make some waves bursting into the scene, releasing an EP like this. It definitely turned some heads and had some people interested with what these guys were putting out. Also have their first full length entitled Where the Shadows Adorn. This was even possibly a step up from that EP. And it's another one of those really dark album covers that the glare will make me pull out of the case. Enjoyed this. They released a full length last year as well. I do not have that in the collection yet, so I'm almost ashamed to say that. But the last year or so was pretty tough on me financially, so I kind of missed out on quite a bit of stuff last year. But Mother of Graves, very solid stuff coming out of Indianapolis there. Let me do some shifting around and we will keep on. Next up, what do we call this? Mathcore, maybe? Genty Mathcore. This is the Motion Mosaic with Samsara. I like this. From what I remember, it's been some time since I've listened to it. The members, at least one of the members of this band was in a group that I was on Facebook. They were selling them in the group, and I ended up picking this up to help support. It wasn't bad. I mean, I enjoyed it. It's just not something that I've listened to in quite some time. Not the style of music that I would, 9 times out of 10 reach for, but for what it is, it was a pretty solid release, and I do remember enjoying it quite a bit. Next up, Motorhead. I am severely lacking on some Motorhead stuff, but I'll show you guys what I got. First one I have is Bomber. Awesome release. You guys know Motorhead. I don't have to spell out the Motorhead stuff for you. Dead Men Tell No Tales, Sweet Revenge, Step Down, the title track Bomber. This also this was released originally in 1979. This is the 1999 Castle Music reissue. It has Over the Top as a bonus track on this, and then it has an EP, Golden Years live EP, some live tracks added on to this as well. So can't go wrong with that. I mean, Motorhead. You guys love Motorhead. I love Motorhead. There we go. Next up, Ace of Spades. I should have checked these cases to make sure the teeth weren't busted before I did this, but that's just me failing as usual. This is the 2001 reissue of Ace of Spades. Probably their most well-known album. I'm not going to say it is their best album, but it's one that most people, when they think of Motorhead, a lot of people that aren't just into music like you and I are, they know Ace of Spades. I mean, it just kind of transcended everything. So Next up, we have 1916. This may be my favorite Motorhead album. I love this album. The one to sing the blues, I'm So Bad Baby, I Don't Care. Even the Love Me Forever. I mean, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being cheesy and a hopeless romantic, but 1916 is possibly my favorite Motorhead. I might ruffle some feathers saying that, so... There we go. Next up, we have Rock and Roll. This might be an original. Let me see. 1987. So I know that it's kind of worn. It's got the shelf wear and everything on it. So even keep the I keep some bubble wrap in some of these older ones to keep from busting the teeth and everything, especially in these original cases. There we go. Rock and Roll, the title track, Eat the Rich, Stone Deaf in the USA, Dogs. So yeah, I mean, it's Motorhead. What can I say? Put my bubble wrap back in there, and let's keep on going. We have the We Are Motorhead. When did this one come out? Around 2000, I'm wanting to say. Has to be somewhere around the 2000. So just I know that I graduated high school in 2000, so. That's some of that. I can kind of fit some of these into a time frame in my life and kind of remember when stuff came out and when I was listening to it. So then that's all the Motorhead full lengths that I own. Unfortunately, I need to get on that and pick up some other stuff. I do have this like tribute. It's the Many Faces of Motorhead. I got this fairly cheap. Not a whole lot to it. I mean, if you can find it cheap, you might want to pick one up for yourself, but it's not like an essential must-have. It's got some live tracks and stuff from Motorhead, and then it has some bands covering Motorhead tracks, but it's a lot of bands that I really don't even know. You do have like Hawkwind on here. People know Hawkwind, and Saxon is on here, but there's some bands on here that I've never heard of before doing some covers, but it's an interesting release, and it just kind of shows how much influence Motorhead had on the world. Next up, we have some Stoner Doom. This is the EP Kiss the Ring from Mount Saturn. This is a phenomenal Stoner Doom EP, 4 tracks. And this was my introduction to Mount Saturn, and I just kind of fell in love with this band. If you're into Stoner Doom, definitely check them out, especially if you're into that kind of female vocal Stoner Doom style. I think you will really dig this. Everything on this EP just kind of works perfectly. It's one of those, I don't have any negative whatsoever to say about this EP. And get it back in the plastic. Next up, we have their full length, their follow-up to that. This is a Mount Saturn with Oh Great Moon. Very solid full length. The EP was what, 4 or 5 tracks? 4 tracks, and the full length is 6 tracks. So yeah, that's just kind of how Doom is with the long tracks and everything. Not a whole lot. It's just in one of these kind of flimsy fold out. That's not the camera messing up. It is blurred on the inside of the artwork there, but pretty solid release, pretty solid full length there from Mount Saturn. Next up, we have some black and death metal released on Horror, Pain, Gore, Death. This came out around 2016. Unfortunately, this band disbanded a little bit after this full length. This is Mountain Grave with Massive Structural Collapse. I dig this quite a bit. If you're into black and death metal, you probably dig this as well. Pretty heavy stuff. I hated to hear that the band had disbanded before I ever heard of them. I listened to this and enjoyed it. Wanted to hear some newer material, and unfortunately there is no more newer material. There's some older stuff floating around out there that I'm going to have to get my hands on, but very solid black and death metal release here from Mountain Grave. Kind of blanked out there for a second. Next up, we have some shoegaze, post-metal type stuff from Transcending Records. This is Mount Taurus with Desolate. The only release that this project ever released, I believe they are disbanded as well. This came out in 2017. A decent EP, kind of mood music. You can kind of put this on in the background, and it won't take away from other things you have to do. It's something that you can put on in the background and it not be something distracting or something you're going to hate. It's just kind of some good, work, listen to while you work type music. Next up, we have some, I believe this is a band out of Italy. I could be wrong. I believe they're out of Italy. I blind bought this because of the picture on the back. It made me laugh so hard. I was like, this is very gothy looking. I'm going to check this out. And it's not terrible. It's kind of like a gothic version of Children of Bodom. This is Morning Silence with Light of Misery. I mean, it's cheesy, don't get me wrong, but you had to know that it was going to be cheesy. There's a little bit better look at the artwork there from with the picture that I'm about. I hope the glare doesn't take that away. That's true cult. These guys are true. Oh man, the camera is not. There we go. Look at that. That's what sold me on the album. I saw that and I was like, I'm picking this up. I just want to hear it. This was released in 2001. And they have another full length. I guess I need to try to get my hands on that one because I enjoyed this. I'm sitting here talking about it, smiling, but that picture is what sold me. It was very amusing to me. And then last but not least, we have some death metal off of Iron Fortress Records. Pretty heavy stuff as well. I know some people complain, say they don't want any type of hardcore in their death metal, but man, when I hear something like this, I have to disagree with you. This is Mourned with Lost in Ire. This is a heavy death metal release. Iron Fortress Records, what can I say about that label? They are absolutely killing it. They're turning it into a one-stop shop with a distro. And the releases that label that Ben's putting out over there, on top of their having releases from all other labels there at your fingertips, the stuff they're putting out is absolutely phenomenal as well. And this is one of those releases. This came out last year, and it's just some heavy death metal that you can sink your teeth into. So there you go, guys. That's the next stop on the CD collection. So you can stop harassing me and whining in the comments. Hopefully, while I'm off in this little mental health break from not having a job, I'll be able to crank out some other videos, get some stuff recorded, and have them in kind of in a queue. So you guys won't be waiting so long for new CD collection videos and updates and everything else. That's all I've got for today. Stay classy, stay metal, all that good stuff, and I will see you guys soon. I promise.